Hello, good morning. This is Dr. Millicent Thomas. In this video, I would like to discuss about the trigonometric functions which are expressed in an unit circle. We'll have a clear idea of what a right triangle trigonometry is, the trigonometric functions which are expressed in a unit circle. Let us say take a right triangle A, B, C. And let this angle be represented by theta. This angle at the vertex A is theta. And for that angle, this is your opposite side. And for the angle theta, which is at A, this side AB is your adjacent side. And the hypotenuse is your AC. We define these 6 trigonometric functions. Sine, which is represented by sin, and we call that a sine of the angle theta or A. I can call this as A itself, or I can even take that angle theta. Sine of theta is opposite divided by hypotenuse, which is nothing but the length BC divided by the length AC. Cosine of the angle, or cosine theta or cosine A, will be the adjacent side, which is AB divided by the hypotenuse AC. The tangent, denoted by tan, tangent of the angle, will be opposite by adjacent, which is nothing but sine of angle, the sine of the angle divided by cosine of the angle. Tangent is always sine divided by cosine. And we also have these 3 reciprocal angles. Cosecant theta, which is CSC, cosecant theta, is the reciprocal of sine, which is hypotenuse by opposite. Secant is the reciprocal of cosine, and it is represented by hypotenuse by adjacent. Cotangent, written as cot, is the reciprocal of tangent, and it is adjacent by opposite. So these are the 6 important trigonometric functions we should know. If I take a triangle, say A, B, and C, which is right angled at B, then the other sum of the other two angles must be 90, because the total angle is 180 of a triangle. And if I take the angle at A as 30 degrees, angle at C must be 60 degrees. That is, A is pi by 6 and angle at C is pi by 3. And these are the measurements. The opposite side for A will be half. The adjacent side for pi by 6, the angle pi by 6 is root 3 by 2, and the hypotenuse of this triangle is 1. So we can find the sine of pi by 6, which is half divided by 1, which is half. Cosine of pi by 6 as root 3 by 2, and tangent will be opposite by adjacent, which will be 1 by root 3. So you have sine of pi by 6 will be half divided by 1, which is half. Cosine of pi by 6 will be adjacent, root 3 by 2 divided by 1, which is root 3 by 2. And tangent is sine divided by cosine, or it is opposite by adjacent, which will be 1 by root 3. The same way, using this angle pi by 3, the opposite for pi by 3 is root 3 by 2. The adjacent for pi by 3 is half. So you can make use of those results and find what is sine pi by 3, cosine pi by 3, tan pi by 3, and its reciprocals. We can find the table values for all these trigonometric functions, especially the fundamental three trigonometric results, sine theta, cosine theta, and tan theta. We already got the values for sine 30, cosine 30, tan 30, and the trigonometric results at 60 degrees. If you are trying to find the angle for 45, let us take a triangle where this is 90 degrees and this angle is 45. If this is 45, this is also 45. So it is an isosceles triangle. The sides will be, the length of these legs will be 1 and this hypotenuse will be root 2. So in this case, you can easily find the sine of the angle as 1 by root 2, which is root 2 by 2. Cosine is root 2 by 2 and tangent will be 1. And we can also find sine of 90 degrees, sine of 0 degrees, etc. using a unit circle. So if I take a unit circle, if the angles are marked as 0, pi by 6, 45 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, etc., we can easily locate those coordinates of those points which has these angles. So this diagram will help us to find out what these values are when you take a unit circle. And when you talk about the coordinates, the first one will represent cosine theta and the second one will represent sine theta. Here I have given a link, a nice video, YouTube video, which you can watch so that it will help you to find out the results in a unit circle. How to represent the trigonometric functions in a unit circle is clearly explained in this YouTube. Hope this video was useful. Thank you for watching.